ready for the puck drop.
And we've got Cam Wozlak at center, along with Owen Roberto and Quinlan Kerr on the line on the defense for Bedford. It's number 14, Derek Greer, along with John Giroux. In the Concord end, fighting in the corner. Puck is bouncing around. Finally, a clearing attempt here by the Tide, and the breakout pass up to Tyler Kosker, and he enters the Bedford zone. Couldn't control it. Puck rolls into the corner. Fighting for control, goes up the wall. Held in there by Norton. Norton tries to center it, but Giroux's there to intercept, and he fires it up the board. Up to Owen Roberto. He's trying to skate away from a forecheck from Matt Hochschild. Then he leaves it behind the net for John Giroux. Now a pass to Brett Nyland, who's on the ice right now. Kerr loses it in his skate, tries to make a pass. Coskren takes it away. He fires a shot, and goalkeeper Shea Guimont grabs that and leaves it there for his teammate, Derek Greer. Behind the net, Giroux off the board, intercepted by Philbrick, fires it back into the Bedford end. Drew has to chase it back down. Greer gets ridden into the board, and we get a whistle here. It's going to be a penalty, a holding call. Is that going on us or them? I didn't catch. It's in our end.
I think we're going to have a holding call on number 19 for Concord, Joseph Alla. Looked like he and Greer got tied up behind the net there, and the ref felt that he just held on a little bit too long, and he'll draw the 2-minute penalty. So the Bulldogs will go on the power play.
So they got a chance to get some points on the board early here. Giroux at the point, escapes one man. Now floats back to the point, looking for a passing lane. Across to Nyland, to the circle, to Roberto. Now down low to Kerr, backed up to Roberto. Now Nyland at the point. Holds it. Roberto down low to Nyland. Ooh. Centering pass shot. Oh, Giroux just puts it over the net and hits the webbing, so we'll get a whistle here. So great setup there, but John Giroux just fired it high. 13:23 to go here in the first period. 1:36 remaining to the penalty to Alla. Face-off, since it was a Bedford player shooting it out of play, it goes out of the zone. Off the face-off, Concord controls and fires it into the zone. Giroux has to chase it down. He's being forechecked by Noah Drew.
That was some really nice puck movement early on in that penalty, or excuse me, in the power play there. Let's see if they can reestablish themselves in the zone and get some more pressure on the Concord goalkeeper.
Here's Owen Roberto carrying it into the Concord end. Takes it behind the net, gets checked off the puck by Philbrick, but is able to recover. Back to the point to Giroux. He's cruising the blue line. Over to Nyland. Nyland at the other point. He wrists her. That hits a leg. It hits number 5, Shea Lucantoni, and bounces all the way into the Bedford end. Nyland has to go back and play it. Hochschild with the forecheck. It's a loose puck. But Arhat Vadio is able to play it and bring it into the neutral zone. Now they lose it in the Concord end. Both players go down. Still loose in the corner. Cam Wozlak gets it. Now it's up to the point. Vadia. That's intercepted by Hochschild. He has a break here. Gets around Vadia. Vadia's checking him. Now a weak backhand is saved by Guimont. So a shot on goal there for the Crimson Tide here. Short-handed. 22 seconds to go in their penalty. Bedford trying to get an offensive press going here. Now finally Kerr brings it into the Concord end. Cruising along the half wall, he pulls up. Tries to take a shot, goes to Vadia. And a shot off the glass there, off the post, I should say, by Kerr. Wozlak behind the net, being checked. Centering pass goes up to Vadia. At the blue line, he takes a shot, and that's blocked by Alla, who's out of the penalty box. Vadia has to go back to the neutral zone. Kerr playing that. Alla beats him to the puck in the Bedford end. Slides over to the other wall. Noah Drew has it. Now Alla behind the net. He gets checked off the puck. And Logan Plant tries to kick it out of the end, and he does. Connor Lebrecht chasing it down. He's got Fennelly all over him. Concord plays it to the other wall, and they bring it out. Off the glass into the neutral zone. Intercepted there by Kerr. Fired back in by number 5, Lucantoni. Bounces off the wall and then out of the Bedford zone. Is this going to be an icing?
No,
No, they will not.
waved it.
They will
Waved it
waive
early.
the icing off. So Greer carrying it into the Concord end, tries to get by his man. His defender, number 16, falls down, wants a penalty. He's not getting one. Luke and Tony backhands it to Logan Plant. He gets checked off the puck, but it's still loose. Now Alla plays it across to Colin O'Brien. Still bouncing around, loose. Kerr comes up with it. He falls down. And now finally brought out of the zone. Intercepted in the neutral zone. It goes over to Cam Waslak, who brings it back into the Bedford end. Tries to pass it off to his teammate Kerr, but Kerr was making a change. Ignored the pass and just got on the bench. We're going to get an icing on Bedford. We got a halftime score from the Bedford High Gymnasium, Bedford boys basketball, which by the way is on BCTV channel 16. The Bulldogs lead 26-21 at the half over Wyndham. Off the face-off, the puck has almost cleared the zone, now fired right back in. Tim Purcell plays it over to Vadia. Now to Will Scott. Loose in the slot. Scott has to play that again. Vadia has it in the corner. Now a backhand to clear the zone. Fired right back in by Concord. Now a cross-ice pass to Brady Burke. He brings it into the tight end. A weak pass and a rebound. And Taylor Parker has to make that save. Now cleared up the wall. Vadia's trying to hold it in. He does at the half wall. A weak shot to the slot. And that's intercepted and brought out by Concord. No score, 9:15 to go here in the first period. And there's a whistle for an ice on Bedford. Faceoff's going to come back into the Bedford end.
Yeah, a lot of continuous action here early on. Haven't been a lot of stoppages. Ironic that I say that right now is that Bedford ices the puck for the second time. But back and forth play, similar to what you see in many starts of the game as they feel each other out.
So Plant faces off against Drew. Bedford wins it, brings it behind the net. Number 14, Greer, is taken down. Now in the corner, Coskren plays it, gets it to the point, off to Alex Forward. His shot deflects right before it gets to the Bedford goal. Behind the net is Nelson. He tries to center it, blocked, cleared out in front, back to the point. Alex Forward, he fires it back in. Now it finally comes out of the Bedford zone. Forward fires it back in. John Drew's back on the ice. He plays it over to Derek Greer. And the lead pass is intercepted by Anders Norton in the neutral zone. Yeah. Puck is carried into the Concord zone by Plant. It's going to be an offside. We'll get a whistle.
Yeah, Connor LeBrecq made a nice play on the blue line there. Unfortunately, just kind of drifted into the offensive zone a little early, and the face-off will come outside of the blue line.
Now Concord clearing it out into the Bedford end. Too far for Moores. Has to be played by Guimont. Moores is ridden into the corner. Puck is loose again. Now Brett Nyland has it. Fires it across to Kerr on the other wall. He can't control it. Now McGonigal in the corner. Sharp angle shot knocked away by Guimont. Owen Roberto now. His lead pass. It reaches Cam Waslak. He's in the Concord end. Leaves it there for Kerr. Kerr fires a shot. Gets his own rebound. Saves both time by Parker. Now behind the net. Noah Drew. Over to Philbrick. Philbrick tries to escape his forecheck and does. Brings it over the red line now into the Concord end, or the Bedford end. A shot by Philbrick is knocked away by Guimont. McGonigal behind the net. Waslak tries to take the puck away. Still loose. Now Moores has it for Bedford, and he's got some room to operate. Gets it off the board. It's going to miss everybody. It's going to be another icing. It was intended for Kerr, but he missed him. So puck comes back into the Bedford end. Face off to the right of Guimont. 7:21 to go here in the first period, and still no score between Concord and Bedford.
Yeah, the third icing call there on the Bedford Bulldogs, seemingly having a little bit of trouble organizing coming out of their D end.
So Brett Nyland taking the face-off here against Joey Alla. Alla gets waved out.
They both get chased.
Okay, so it's going to be Brooks and number 3, Craig Brooks, or Brooks Craig, I should say. Up along the wall, held in by Concord. Here's a shot from the face-off circle. That goes wide. Tim Purcell in the corner. Gets it over to Vadia. Vadia clears it up the wall to Burke. Backhands it out of the zone, but fired right back in by Concord. Vadia has it again. Gets it to Brett Nyland. Nyland, he's checked. Turns the puck over, and now Alla fires it back into the Bedford end. Vadia goes back for it. 6:52 to play here in the first. Still no score. Tim Purcell over to Vadia. Finally gets it out of the zone. But Anders Norton plays it at the neutral zone, fires it right back in as Concord makes a change. Long lead pass there for Scott. This is going to be another icing.
Now they waived it.
They waived it because I think they said that number 4 Philbrick could have played the puck, which he could have. He just kind of let it go by him. And then they fire it right back in. No icing on Concord. Another clearing attempt. Philbrick holds it in. Leaves it down low for Koskren. There's a shot on goal. Another one by Drew. It deflects and just goes over the net. I don't think Guimont saw that. Now Koskren in the corner tries to center it, but Luke Cantoni takes it away. 1-on-2, Luke Cantoni. The official just tripped on the ice right at the red line. Puck behind the net. Drew clears it up. Held in there by Bedford momentarily. And they managed to hold it in now. But it's recovered by Concord and fired into the neutral zone. Derek Greer up to Luke Cantoni and now to Plant. Just back and forth play. No real offensive chances here. Just a lot of trading of possessions. Puck fired into each other's zone here. That clearing pass was blocked but recovered. Greer has it at the red line, trying to get away from his check. And Owen Roberto wheels around. He's got Greer in his way. Finally just fires it in. Hochschild now on the half wall in his own end. Knocks it off the glass, but held in there by Wozlak. Fired right out. In the neutral zone, it's Giroux. Giroux fires it in. Just kind of a field position game here so far. Not much happening here. Just an exchange of possessions, mostly in the neutral zone. Fired right back into the Concord end. Alex
neither
forward.
team really getting much offensive zone time here. As you're mentioning, it's just kind of back and forth, not really establishing a set.
Now Bedford making a change, and Concord brings it out. Long shot there, goes to the right of Guimont. Owen Roberto picks it up on the half wall and now has a breakout. Up to
nice
Brett
touch.
Nyland. He might have a lane here down the crease. Nyland, one-on-one, takes a shot, runs into Taylor, but Taylor Parker, I should say, is able to make the stop. And now another shot by Will Scott goes over the net. And now a clearing pass. It's going to go right on goal, and Guimont's going to have to play it, so no icing there. Will Scott. Now Brett Nyland in his own end. Over to Moores. He tries to chip it up. Instead, it goes right into the Concord bench. We get a whistle.
Yeah, Harry, that last chance by Concord, as a shot kind of fluttered in from the slot there, it looked like Guimont actually saved it with his head. I'm not sure if I could see the angle
Hard
correctly.
to tell. Yeah, from where we are, we're way up high in the crow's nest here, and I couldn't tell if it went over his head or hit him in the head.
We'll give him the save on that. It was gutsy play, getting his melon in the way.
Now Doherty trying to come into the slot. He gets checked off the puck. Joe Alla now behind the net. He gets it right back, and now Bedford takes it away. This is Wozlak. He gets by his man, but the puck went too far, couldn't play it. Instead, he gets pushed off the puck by Alex Forward. Now the puck leaves the zone. It's going to be a whistle and a face-off in the Concord end. No score, 3:29 to go here. Really not a lot of scoring chances for either team. Certainly not a juggernaut performance by the Tide, known for scoring goals in bunches.
Yeah, it would be surprising if they get to 7 or 9 as they have in their previous games.
Now Nyland on the face-off. He gets it back to the point. Greer takes the shot, and Parker makes the save. Now Derek Greer fires from the other point. That's momentarily intercepted. Brady Burke's shot goes wide of the net. In the corner trying to play it back up to the point. Drew with a shot. Another save there by Parker. Held in by Burke. And now Concord recovers and fires it out. Tried to get it up to number 12, Koskren.
He's off.
and he's offside. Actually, it was momentarily intercepted by a Bedford player. He recovered, but he was offsides on the play anyway. So
yeah, Derek Greer hustling back, got his stick in there, but as you mentioned, the Concord forward was offside. So once he touched up, the whistle blew, and it'll come outside the blue line.
Bedford boys basketball, 36-33, leading in the third over Wyndham. That game's on Channel 16 if you want to check that out. Off the face-off. Concord has it. Hochschild tries to get it up to Coskren. Couldn't do it. Broken up. Fired right back into the Concord end. They give up an icing. Face-off will come back in the Bedford end. We want to thank the folks at Concord TV who are picking up our simulcast. We're glad to have everybody in Concord on board watching this game on BCTV Channel 23. Also in high definition on Channel 1072 and on Bedford 105.1 radio. Face off in the Bedford end. Puck is loose in the circle. Coskren tries to come up with it, and he does. Now he goes down, and Owen Roberto picks it up for Bedford as they break out 3-on-2. Lead passer curves too far. He's trying to chase it down. Gets to it. Centering pass. Bouncing around. Owen Roberto couldn't make a play on it. Now it's flipped out of the Concord end. Derek Greer plays it. Now John Giroux comes for it. Wheels around the net. Got some momentum. Concord player falls down. Giroux still with the puck. Leaves it there for Lebrecht. Lebrecht gets it up to Greer at the point. Derek Greer. He takes a wrister, a floater. Saved by Parker. And it bounces out. And now it's 3-on-2 for Concord. Coskren being checked by Giroux. He gets pushed off the puck. Centering pass. Misses everybody. Now a rebound shot and score! Tyler Coskren with an assist from Noah Drew. Puts the Tide up 1-0.
Yeah, a little bit of a scramble to the front left of Guimont. And they found the open player on the backside for a relatively open net. Concord goes up 1-0.
Yeah, that was a case where Coskren was just kind of left alone on the far side of the crease, and he was able to just tap it in to Guimont, who was busy playing the right side of the net. So 1-0 Concord with about a minute and a half to go here in the first period. Behind the Concord net right now. Alex forward gets it up to McGonigal. McGonigal gets it to O'Brien, who just chips it into the Bedford end. Fired right back out by the defense. Fired right back in by Concord. A little game of ping pong here. Brian Greer. Too far for Will Scott. Into the neutral zone. Ryan Philbrook gets away from a Bedford check. Still scrambling for possession in the neutral zone. Finally fired into the Bedford end. Guimont leaves it there for Moores. Up to Brady Burke. Goes off his stick. Played by Craig Brooks. Knocked out into the neutral zone. 45 seconds to play here in the first period. 1-0. Concord's in the lead. Now into the Concord end. Nelson picks it up, skates it out, and backhands it out, but it's blocked momentarily there by Kerr. They fired right back in. Owen Roberto's weak wrister saved by Parker. Roberto gets his own rebound. Goes behind the net. Still has it, being checked there. Wozlak joins him. Both players trying to get a face-off here. 11 seconds to go here in the period. Puck finally squirts loose. And Alex Ford clears it out, held in momentarily. There's a couple seconds to get a shot away. It's high and wide. Another rebound after the buzzer, and that's how we'll finish. 1-0, the Tide in the lead. We're getting ready to drop the puck at center ice. Bedford's going to be going from left to right.
Yeah, Harry, we were talking during intermission. There was a couple of shots on goal for each team, 6 and 4, but honestly, there really weren't all that great scoring chances except for the one on the goal by Concord. Otherwise, these goalies really haven't been tested, so perhaps that'll develop here in the second period.
Off the face-off, the puck is in the Concord end. Along the wall, Tide come up with it and they flip it out. Held in there momentarily by Giroux. He fires it right back in. Kerr in on the forecheck against Anders Norton. He goes behind the net. Back to Norton. Up the Hochschild, waiting for the clearing pass along the wall, but that's intercepted by Roberto. Here's an opportunity, fires a high shot, and Parker gets a blocker on that. Now Alex Forward, who's a defenseman, by the way, clears the puck.
I appreciate that.
You pointed that out to me. And the Tide finally flipped the puck out of the zone. Giroux chases it. Doesn't go far enough for an icing, but here's a chance for Bedford the other way. Wozlak 2-on-1 fires his shot, kicked away by Parker. And now the Tide come back. Brooks Craig, he loses the puck, but the puck is not cleared. It goes down low. Craig with it again, looking for a centering pass. That centering pass is blocked. Nelson, he has it momentarily. Now Doherty behind the net, getting to the point. Philbrick, he takes a risk there through a bunch of legs, and a rebound there by number 11. Doherty goes over the net and into the netting. We get a whistle. So a bit of a scramble there, and a offensive chance for the Tide that goes out of play. We'll get a whistle here to the right of Shea Guimont.
Yeah, 2 opportunities apiece, coming strong out of the first minute and a half for both teams here. So perhaps their coaches got after him, want him to get a few more pucks on the net, see if they can challenge these goalies.
Now here's a chance for Will Scott. It goes too far into the corner, into the Concord end. Alla tries to backhand it out. Instead, it gets caught in the corner with the scrum there. Nyland tries to knock it free. Oh, he puts Alla on his bum. Alla tried to lay the lumber on him, but he took the brunt of that hit.
They're fortunate not to get a call there. It looked like Nyland's elbow came up high.
Now behind the Bedford goal, Tim Purcell plays it, gets it up to Brooks. Up to Cam Wozlak, goes out of play. Arhad Vadia fires it in, and the Tide have it. Long lead pass off the stick of Noah Drew, goes all the way behind the Bedford goal. Played there by Noah Drew. Tim Purcell trying to come up with it. Instead, it goes to the other corner where Arhad Vadia clears it out. It's going to be a shot on goal. Parker's going to have to play it, so no icing there. Luke and Tony tried to center it, but it's intercepted by Norton. Now cleared out, and Giroux comes back to play it. 12:20 to go in the second period. Concord leads 1-0. Giroux behind his goal, waiting for a play to develop. Being watched by Colin O'Brien. His long pass to Luke and Tony hits him on the stick, but it rolls behind the net. Now Lebrecht tries to play it, and it's knocked out of the zone and brought back the other way by Koskren, who's got the only goal for Concord. He tries to break through the defense, falls down in the process. Bedford takes it away. Held in there by Philbrick. He backhands it, gets it down low to Koskren. Koskren centering pass to Drew. Another centering pass to number 9, Hochschild. He had 2 cracks at it, but Guimont had his pad down.
Yeah, 2 good saves there by Guimont. Put his right pad down, snuffed him out.
Now here's another chance for Hochschild. Takes a shot from the slot. Glove save by Guimont. Goes into the corner. Hochschild comes up with it again. Gets it to the point to Philbrick. Philbrick drifting down the wall. He gets rubbed out. Plant now tries to clear it out of the zone. He does. And here comes Owen Roberto, 1-on-3, 1-on-4 actually, finally broken up. Now coming the other way is Hochschild, tries to get by his man, he does, and he loses the puck just as he tried to get a shot away. Now some action picking up here on the ice.
That was a very nice move by Hochschild on that right wing. Got around his defender, unfortunately couldn't corral the puck as he came back to the middle of the ice.
Brooks Craig brings it in, but he loses it at the blue line. Now Alla picks it up, tries to center it.
Ooh.
Turnover, Alla gets the puck right back again. He backhands it toward the goal. Guimont gloves it. We'll get a whistle here with 10:34 to play in the second, just about halfway through this contest, and it's 1-0 Concord.
Yeah, dangerous play there I'm not sure which player that was, but came back to the backhand. Looked like he might be able to clear it out to the forehand, out to the top right of Guimont, but went to the backhand and got it in a dangerous situation.
Now Vadia clears it off the board, goes out of the zone. Concord fires it back in, but they have to clear. Vadia behind the net. Off the glass, barely hit the glass.
Yeah.
and it goes all the way down. This is going to be a waved off icing, so they play it behind the net. Clearing attempt, held in momentarily.
Good forecheck here by Bedford.
Into the corner with Scott. Scott with it, looking for someone to drop it off to. He gets it over to number 10, Burke. Burke's got it back again, now loses it to Norton, who tries to get away from his check. And the Tide clear the zone. Bedford has to clear out. Fired right back in by Arhad Vadia. The Bulldogs make a change. Here come the Tide the other way. Alex Forward fires it in. Now the Tide take a change. Now here comes number 14, Derek Greer. He's got some room to operate. Sends a pass up to Luke Cantoni that's broken up. And the puck hits the skate of Lipinski and goes behind the goal, trying to come up with it. Luke Cantoni now has it in the corner. He's being checked by Drew. Lipinski tried to play it, can't control it. Back in the corner is now Luke Cantoni against Drew.
A good hustle by this forward line here. They're scrapping against the deep boards here, making Concord work on getting it out.
And they finally do that. They get it up to Noah Drew. Still has it. Into the Bedford end, but not in their control. Drew tries to clear it out. Held in there momentarily. Now Lipinski backhands it out. Bedford makes a change. 8:45 to play in the second. 1-0 Concord. Long lead pass. This should be an icing, and it is on Concord. It's going to come all the way back.
Again, back and forth action here in the second period, Harry. Pretty smooth flowing hockey game. Not a lot of whistles. Not a lot of penalties. Not a lot of goals. Referees have been on top of the play, but they haven't been blowing that whistle all that much.
There's a shot on goal right there that it hits a stick and goes over the net.
Quinlan Kerr was able to corral the face-off there and had a decent chance, but the Concord defender got his stick in and deflected it high and out into the netting.
Off the point. Shot there by Greer is blocked by Concord, and now they send it the other way. Cleared out of the Bedford zone. Taken right back by Hochschild, who fires it back in. Now Owen Roberto gets it up to Wozlak. He can't control it. Concord's content to just keep firing it back into the Bedford end, keeping him bottled up. Now here comes Owen Roberto. His backhand goes behind the net. Wozlak chases it down, tries to backhand a pass to the slot, can't do it. Goes into the corner. 2-on-2, a scrum for control. Now Kerr with a shot, saved by Parker. A backhand centering attempt by Wozlak. Kind of rolls off his stick, and then Parker just puts a glove on and we get a whistle.
Yeah, again, I'm impressed by Wozlak. His hustle has been fantastic the last 2 games, getting up on the forecheck, chasing down loose pucks. Had an opportunity there, but couldn't convert. So we'll see the face-off to the left of Taylor Parker.
Puck rolls into the corner, being fought over. Now goes out to the slot, but controlled by Concord. They get out of the zone. Fired right back in. The Tide defense controls it. They try to lead it up for Doherty too far. It'll be another icing, and it'll all come back. We got an update from the basketball game. Should be pretty late.
Quick check-in. Still in the fourth quarter, and Wyndham has now just tied it up at 54. Excuse me, that was a three-pointer, so it's 55-54. Wyndham leads. And as you mentioned, it's got to be pretty late. I don't have the time.
Face off to the right of Parker. And the two centers get waved out. It's going to be Burke against Craig. Bedford can't keep it in the zone. They have to go back and recover it. Fire it into the Concord end where Nelson plays it. Gets it over to Philbrick. Up the wall. Can't control it. Bedford's got it back in the neutral zone. Kind of a weak pass. Arhad Vadia now chips it ahead. And Burke brings it in. He's got a chance with Nyland. Takes a shot. Saved by Parker. Goes into the corner. Philbrick clears it up for Nelson. He backhands it out.
That's a really nice touch pass by Will Scott there.
And that shot goes into the Bedford bench. We'll get a whistle in the neutral zone here with 7:02 to play.
Yeah, got Brady Burke in on that right wing. Put more rubber on Taylor Parker there.
They've had a few shots in this period, I imagine. I think they've had the majority of the offensive chances.
They sure have. Although the shots are still pretty even, the better chances have come to Bedford in the second period.
Face off at center ice. Clearing attempt there by Bedford. Goes into the Concord end. A little too far for Alex Forward. He chases him down. Lipinski gets to it first. Now Connor Lebrecq. He tries to chip it over. Instead, it's taken over by Noah Drew. Drew gets it back. It goes off his stick, and Giroux fires it right back in. Alex Ford over to Anders Norton now, behind the Concord goal line. Lipinski takes it away from them. Logan Plant in there as well. Now Giroux at the point fires a shot, kicked away by Parker. Derek Greer fires more of a clearing pass behind the net. And now McGonigal comes away with it. And Greer takes it away. He tries to shoot it down, but instead it winds up in the Concord bench. We'll get a whistle.
Yeah, Lipinski's line again was in there deep, scrapping, mucking it up along the boards, trying to give their offense a spark somehow. Doing a nice job on that forecheck and just trying to cycle the puck along the boards.
Now here's a chance for Concord, 2-on-1. Here's Hochschild with a shot and scores! Trying to get the number of that assist there. It was a beautiful centering pass. Hochschild was all alone in the slot. And he was right between the circles when he fired a wrister high and roofed it over Shea Guimont. And Concord's ahead 2-0.
It looked like the Bedford defender, I think that was Greer, tried to chip it out, and it was blocked by the Concord forward who made the assist. I think that was number 12, Koskren.
And there was nobody back there to help him, so it was more or less a jailbreak at that point.
Chipped it over into the middle to Hochschild, and he cashed top left corner on a beautiful shot right in the slot.
Here's another opportunity shot off the post. Number 22, Zach Drew with that chance. Now in the corner. Bedford tries to clear it out. It's held in there by Philbrick to Drew. A shot by Koskren is gloved by Guimont. We'll get a whistle now. 5:37 to play in the second period. Concord leads 2-0.
Yeah, honestly, that was a beautiful play there. Again, Koskren came up with it along that right wing, found Hochschild right in the middle of the slot, wide open, and a beautiful shot right over Guimont's right shoulder.
Off the face-off, it goes into the face-off circle, and here's a backhand try by Joe Alla that goes over the net. Rebound controlled by Craig. He leaves it there for Norton. He gets rubbed out on the wall, and instead it's going to be Tim Purcell playing it off the board up to Will Scott. They fire it back in. Arhat Vadia now tries to clear the zone. He does. Brett Nyland tries to chase down the loose puck, and it looks like it's going to be an offside. No, that was a strange play.
Concord player played it back into their own zone.
So okay, that looked kind of weird, but
yeah.
It looked like it was offsides. Now into the Bedford end. It's Ryan Doherty into the corner. Norton, he loses it. Up the wall is Brett Nyland. Too far for him. It's going to go all the way into the Concord end. It'll be an icing on Bedford. Face-off comes back with 4:46 to play, and the Tide with a 2-0 lead.
Yep. Quick update from the Bedford High School basketball game. At Bedford High School this evening, they're taking on Windham. Late in the fourth quarter, they're ahead 56-55, a real barn burner. They carried a 7-point lead for quite some time, and it's down to 1 after having lost the lead for a little bit.
On the face-off, Nelson holds it in, fires it along the board. Now Philbrick plays it in the other corner. Lipinski tries to play it. It goes right through the legs of Luke and Tony. Fired by Lebrecq, and then kicked out of the zone by Lipinski. In the neutral zone, fired in now by O'Brien. Giroux has to chase it down in the corner. He comes up with it, he's got some room to operate. John Giroux, being watched by Noah Drew. Turns it over, fires it back in. Bedford's got it again. Giroux off Giroux's stick, and it chips into the Concord end. Back into the neutral zone, kind of a back and forth game here. 4-minute mark of the second period, 2-0 Concord in the lead. Long pass for Kerr goes too far. Now Owen Roberto tries to come up with it. Instead, it's Concord possession. Cleared out momentarily. Long shot from outside, saved by Guimont. Now Giroux. Long lead pass there for Cam Waslak. Couldn't control it. but Kerr has it, and he brings it in offside, so we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, that puck kind of got hung up there right outside the blue line. At first, Roberto looked like he was going to be offside, dragged the skate, got back, but then I think it was Wasilek on the far side, the left wing, went in a little early.
So Wasilek's going to take this face-off against Zach Drew. Concord controls it, fires it into the neutral zone. The puck is loose along the wall, now back into the end. Norton for Concord.
Yeah, Wasilek's going to get a penalty
It's
here.
going to be a delayed call, so they pulled Parker out of the net. 6-on-5 here on the delayed call. Pass goes up to Nelson. Back over to Drew. And now finally Kerr plays it and gets the whistle. So it's going to be a power play for Concord here with the 3:08 to play in the second. Already enjoying a 2-0 lead. It looks like a final in the basketball game.
Yeah, and Wyndham has won 58-56. Not quite sure how the plays went down there, but possibly a late three to put him up.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it was probably a 3.
As Wasilek heads to the box and the Bedford PK comes back out.
Off the face-off, it's controlled by Concord. Alex Forward at the point. Now it's along the half wall. Comes back to Forward at the point. Across to Philbrick on the other point. There's Hochschild now at the face-off circle. Back to the blue line, now back to Hochschild. He gets it down low to Drew, and a shot and score. Centering pass to number 16, Alex Forward. Tic-tac-toe, it's in the net. On the power play, Concord takes it to 3-0.
Yeah, it was a pretty pass right into the middle, as you said. Right to Alex Forward, sneaking up from the backside. Cashed on the power play.
So the hole keeps getting deeper here for Bedford, starting to be very reminiscent of Wednesday's game when they kept that big second period where they gave up 2 goals and wound up getting down 3-1 to BG. Now they're down 3-0 here to Concord with 2:40 to play in the second. Coach Myers has got to get his guys to do something here. Puck is loose momentarily, collision there. Shot on goal goes wide. Here's another shot by Burke, goes off the side of the net. Up to the point. Drew had to drop back because Concord's coming the other way. Here's Koskren, leaves it there for Hochschild. Tries to get around Nyland and does. Gets it to the far wall to Nelson. Back across to Koskren in the corner. Checked by Derek Greer. Hochschild to the point now. Alex Forward's shot. Saved by Guimont. He wasn't sure where it was momentarily, so the Concord players started digging in. And the Bedford players take exception to that. And officials have to separate the players. Exactly 2 minutes to go here in the second period, 3-0. Concord on top.
It looked like Derek Greer got dumped a little bit late there and didn't like that. Stood up for himself. Not huge stature, but I tell you what, Derek Greer plays really tough. Very good defenseman. It looks like we're going to have matching penalties here after that play.
Yeah, but they're going to keep playing 5-on-5. So those two players, and those players are number 26, Will Scott. And I can't see the number of the Concord player. He's got his back to us. But an icing right there on Bedford with 1:55 to go.
So 3-0 hole here. Bedford's going to have to kick it into gear. Maybe get 1 or 2 before the end of the period in the last minute 55.
So off the face-off, here comes Moores carrying the puck all the way into the Concord end. He gets hit there. Picked up by Cam Wasilek. Centering pass broken up. Held in at the point. Fired right back behind the goal. 1:35 to play here in the second. Wasilek misses the puck on the wall, and now he sends Doherty on his way, 1-on-2. A wrister just wide of the net. Owen Roberto chipping it back. It's held in by Concord. Doherty fighting for it. Now Owen Roberto comes up with it again. Over to Wasilek. Back to Roberto, too far. It bounces off the wall and behind the net. Philbrick plays it, tries to get it up the wall, and does. Kerr had it momentarily, now had it taken away. Moores fires it back in. 1 minute to go here in the second period. Philbrick carries it into the Bedford end. Goes down the wall. Gets around Greer. He's behind the net. Centering pass, shot, and a save by Guimont. Now the puck on the blue line held in by Concord, but Morris plays it, fires it up, and it's going to be an icing here against Bedford with 38 seconds to go. Or they waved it off. How about that?
Plant was in deep and got to the puck first.
And now they clear the puck out of the zone with 29 seconds to play. Giroux just chips it in toward the goal. Parker gets his blocker on that. Plant placing him. Burke now. Here's Nyland with a wrister. It hits the leg. Just bouncing there in the slot. And finally cleared out. This is probably not going to be an icing because it hit Giroux on the way down. No, it did. I thought it hit Giroux, but they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So Bedford will have a face-off in the Concord end with 8.5 seconds to play here in the second.
Yeah, perhaps they have a play here to the left of Parker. They can get a clean face-off win, snap it along the blue line, maybe get a hammer from the outside. Well, it looks like they're going to pull their goalie and put an extra skater on. So they have 6 skaters here.
They're just going to have to win this puck here. Enough time for them to clear it out. Concord wins it, fires a long shot, but it hit a player in the back of his own net. The back of his own player, I should say. Get into the corner, and that's it.
Geez, I have to say Bedford's probably lucky that hit the Concord player in the back of the helmet. That actually looked like it had a good chance. But we'll end the second period here with a 3-0 lead for Concord Crimson Tide. Shots started to heavily favor Concord at the end of the second period there as they went up 17 to looks like 14. Pressure was heavy in the Bedford end, and as we know, they were able to capitalize on 2 goals, one by Hochschild and one by Forward on the power play.
And not too many chances there by the Bulldogs.
Not at all, like we talked about.
They need to break the seal on Parker, who's been stellar so far. So we're going to take a little break, about 9 minutes to let the Zamboni do its job, and we'll be back with third period action here. Concord Crimson Tide 3, Bedford Bulldogs nothing. You're listening to Bedford Bulldogs hockey on BCTV 23 and Bedford 105.1. So the teams are now back on the ice, and we've got 15 minutes of action to go. And we just got word from BHS Gym of a heartbreaking loss for the boys basketball team against Wyndham.
Yeah, apparently they lost on a last-second three-pointer at the buzzer by Wyndham. Apparently it was from NBA range after blowing a 7-point lead late in the fourth quarter. The free throws caught up with them, and unfortunately the Wyndham player was open for a last-second three that went in, as the Bedford High School team lost by 2, 58-56.
Tough being a Bulldogs fan right now. Wins are kind of rare. Let's hope this one can turn around. They've got 15 minutes to do so. Off the faceoff, Wozlak fires it into the Concord end. Forward's got to chase it behind the net. He's checked, but he still has the puck. Gets it up to the point, but Drew keeps it in. A wrister hits a body. It's bouncing around in front of Parker, but it's cleared away. Now Hochschild, he loses it. Centering attempt there by Kerr, taken away and held in momentarily. They do manage to hold it in. Owen Roberto kept it on the blue line. He goes down, no call. And here's a shot by Kerr, goes wide. Giroux comes down to the far wall to hold it in. Hits a stick, goes into the corner where Owen Roberto plays it. He gets hit. Now Hochschild comes up with it, being checked. Roberto takes it away, loses it again. Here we go again. Bedford's got it. Hochschild takes it away and finally clears the Concord end. So
the first 50 seconds were there in the Concord D end, as Bedford mounted a little bit of an attack there. Again, no real great opportunities, but they were in the zone for the first 50 seconds of that period.
And now Brett Nyland leaves it for Burke. Tries to get it to Scott, too far. Scott has it though in the corner. Tries to get away from his man. Over to Burke, behind the net, looking for a lane. Now he drifts out in front to the faceoff circle, takes a shot, that's blocked by Philbrook. Up along the wall. Big scrum there, but Philbrook comes up with a loose puck and now sends away Doherty on the far wall. He gets knocked down, but Philbrook picks up the loose puck. Ooh. Joseph Alla with it along the wall. Saved by Guimont. Now rebound.
Oh, good save.
Another rebound and saved by Guimont. Point blank.
Stretched out the right blocker there and made a nice save.
Doherty had a chance and Guimont just shut the door there. And then another opportunity just a moment ago, but Bedford's able to clear the zone. Here they are, 2-on-1. Moore's behind the net, tries to get to Nyland. It goes off his stick. Now Brian Greer holds it in from the point. Philbrick tries to clear it away. It's too far for Morris. He's got to go back to play it in the neutral zone. 3-0 Concord up with 12:52 to play in regulation.
Ooh.
Long clearing pass bounces to Parker, and he just covers it up as a precaution. We'll get a whistle now.
Looked like Bedford was clearing that in, and Ryan Philbrick got his stick high, and it actually deflected right back in on Taylor Parker. So he has to cover, and the faceoff will come to his right.
So now on the faceoff, it's going to be Logan Plant on the faceoff. The puck goes into the corner, goes across. Arhad Vadia now stops the puck along the wall. Luke Antoni tries to play it. He can't. Anders Norton across to forward. Forward now leaves it there for Doherty.
Oh, good play.
And that's going to be offside. No, they pulled off. They pulled up his stick. Drew almost put Concord offsides, but instead pulled the stick away. The puck rolls into the Concord end. Lipinski hits his man. Puck is held in there by Vadia. And a clearing attempt goes out of the Concord zone, but it's fired right back in by Purcell. Bedford with a change. Into the corner now.
Change their forwards and their D-line.
Owen Roberto's back out there again. It looks like Marty Myers is going to be rotating his top line here fairly often. Kerr can't control it. Wozlak tried to play it, he can't. Drew backhands it into the zone, but Bedford players have to clear. Alex Forward now. Long lead pass, that's a high stick, and the official saw it.
It's going to be a nice too, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to call it a high stick. They went all the way behind the net, so they just blew their whistle. So the result is the same. It's going to be a face-off in the Concord end to the left of Parker here with 11:39 to play, and the Bulldogs trailing 3-0. There's the face-off.
First 3.5 minutes, Bedford's put some pressure on, a lot of offensive zone time. Still yet to cash in, though.
Owen Roberto's shot, that goes wide. Wozlak along the wall tries to control it, instead loses it. Held in there by Giroux. He takes a shot, rebound, and another save by Parker. Quinlan Kerr was right on the doorstep and was able to play the rebound from Giroux's shot, but Parker stopped that one as well, covered it up, and we get a whistle and another face-off here to his left. Puck is dropped and the puck is fired across to Philbrick. Now Coskren tries to clear it out. He can't quite do it, held in. Nelson goes behind the net. Philbrick again. Flips it high in the air into the Bedford end. Giroux plays it. He's got man on him. He's got Hochschild all over him. And a long pass goes into the Concord end. It'll be an icing on Bedford. Face-off comes back. Yeah, it's going to come back to the right of Shea Guimont. 10:59 to play here. Bedford definitely trying to turn up the pressure.
And they certainly have. They certainly have. So they've been in their offensive zone quite a bit.
Behind the net, Brian Greer sends it all the way down to Will Scott along the wall. But Concord controls it. Anders Norton fires it in. Moores has to play it. And now here comes a chance for Concord. It was Joe Alla in the slot, but he fanned on his shot. And now it goes the other way for Bedford. This is going to call what? Icing? Serious?
I thought he gained the red line there. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, that was weird. We really thought that it was an offensive rush by Bedford, but they're going to call it icing.
It looked like you had a 3-on-2 developing, actually, as two Concord players collided in front of Guimont. And the Bedford team had a rush there, so surprising call. Apparently the refs felt he didn't gain the red.
So on the face-off, the puck is loose and comes out, and it's controlled by Bedford. Here comes Scott along the face-off circle, checked off the puck by Alex Forward, but he gets his own rebound, fires it. Moores holds it in on the other point, has to settle it down, takes a shot, knocked away by Parker. Clearing attempt, fan down by Concord. And now Brian Greer had his pocket picked.
Good back check by Doherty.
And Doherty just kind of fell down. Luckily, no call there. Nyland backhands it into the Concord end, and Norton has to chase it back. Another change for Bedford. Norton. They fire it into the Bedford end. Lipinski tries to clear it out. And now it comes out to number 25, Lebrecht. He loses it. Controlled by Philbrick. Cross ice pass to Noah Drew. He's got number 15 with him, Colin O'Brien. Centering pass, misses everybody, goes to the point, but it's held in by Philbrick. Cross ice pass, misses everybody, tried to get it to Drew, couldn't do it. Now Bedford gets it back, Arhad Vadia carrying it, harassed along the way, but he's gonna go all the way, coast to coast. Finally he runs into Colin Nelson, who picks his pocket, fires it back into the Bedford end. Tim Purcell plays it, misses everybody. Anders Norton back into the Bedford end. Concord happy to just fire it in, make Bedford chase it. Now that shot goes out of play, and we're going to get a whistle and a face-off in the Bedford end. 8:58 to go here in regulation, and Concord with a comfortable 3-0 lead.
You're right about that last comment there. Concord is just pleased to play a little bit of dump and chase here. Get it deep, get some forecheckers in there, try to battle along the boards, and keep that 3-0 lead.
Now here's an opportunity. Owen Roberto picks up the loose puck in the Concord end. He tries to get it to Kerr, but the centering pass is intercepted. Now here comes number 12, Coskren, the other way for Concord. Tries the toe drag, couldn't do it, couldn't fool number 24, Tim Purcell. And now Wozlak comes up with the puck, loses it momentarily. Vadia gets it back. Now to Owen Roberto. Takes the high shot, that's gloved by Parker. And that'll be held for a whistle. I kind of think Wozlak might have been offside there by a hair, but they didn't blow the whistle.
Was he on the right wing there, or coming to the center of the ice?
Yeah, he was on the right wing. It looked like he was way ahead of the play, but the officials didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
I think they were similar to me, focused on Owen Roberto, who came up the left wing with the puck. Got a shot. It looked like it might have been going high, but Taylor Parker again was able to corral it.
Here's Will Scott behind the net. He's got two Concord Tide players with him. Now a hand pass, which is legal in the defensive end, comes up to the face-off circle. Now ahead to Ryan Doherty. He's got a chance to bring it into the Bedford end. Ryan Doherty tries to get by his man, can't do it. Good defensive play there by Giroux. Held in at the point by Philbrick, but Brady Burke ties him up, and now the puck leaves the zone, goes into the Concord end. And will it be an icing? Yes, it will.
Yeah, it was nice one-on-one defense by John Giroux. Kept his skates in line, played the body. Snuffed out that opportunity.
So face-off now to the left of Shea Guimont. Exactly 8 minutes left in regulation. 8 minutes to break the seal on Parker.
Bulldogs are going to have to muster some kind of excitement. Get a spark somewhere. If they get one, maybe they can get the puck going their way.
Off the face-off, centering pass covered up by Guimont. Really nice play there between Nelson and Doherty. Kind of a give and go, real tight with Guimont, but Guimont was able to break it up, spread the pads, and cover up the play there. So 5 seconds elapsed, 7:55 to go. Another face-off to his left. Puck is dropped, and it's cleared out of the zone, but not quite. Philbrick holds it in. Still along the wall, Roberto trying to come up with it. Now finally cleared out there by Derek Greer. And here's a race. Philbrick wins the race for Concord. Hits the brakes behind the net, falls down. Kerr is trying to get the puck away from him, but the puck's underneath him, so they'll blow the whistle.
Yeah, Philbrick brought it behind his own net, chased it along the boards, blew a tire there, and the puck was just kind of stagnated right under him. So the face-off will come to Taylor Parker's left.
We got another change out there. Luke Antoni's out there, along with Lebrec and Lipinski on that line. There's a shot on goal. It goes wide. McGonigal playing it. Now pass behind the net for Anders. Up to O'Brien. And number 14, Noah Drew,
nice
fires
turn
it
by
into the
Drew
end.
there.
Held in momentarily. I thought that was out of bounds.
Yeah, that was off.
Yeah, but the officials let that go. Lipinski backhands it up the wall. Another centering pass. Now here comes Lebrec. Lebrec being checked from behind, loses the puck. Cross ice pass to Anders Norton. Into Bedford territory, long shot, sticked away by Guimont. Brian Gurr plays it. Tried to hit Guimont, or Brett Nyland with it, too far. Fired right back in. Now another long pass, too far for Bedford. Luke Antoni tries to send it in. That's played by the Tide. Philbrick over to Zach Drew. He tries to break the press there. Instead, he gets taken down.
Yeah, good hit there by Brian Greer.
And we're going to get a whistle.
Oh, they're going to call a cross-check on Brian Greer.
What, because
Zach
Drew went
down?
down?
The middle. Yeah, they were dancing through the middle. Zach Drew was kind of dangling there, and they're going to call.
That was kind of weak.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Let a guy waltz in the slot like that? They took, they played him. They played the man.
Yeah, I think they're just claiming his hands were a little too far apart, so they're going to get him for the cross-check.
All right, 2-minute power play here for the Tide. Off the face-off. It's Purcell across the Vadia. He fires it off the glass, but it's held in by Philbrick. Hits a leg.
Ooh, no trip
Philbrick
there.
goes down. Nyland goes down. No whistle. No call. In the neutral zone. It's Alex Forward up to Philbrick. Philbrick goes behind the net trying to set up the power play box here. Hochschild at the point. Sends it down low to Drew. Back to Hochschild. Up to Philbrick. Now a shot from the face-off circle by Forward is blocked, but it's still in the Bedford end. Purcell tries to play it. Now Philbrick gets it back. He's rejoined by Hochschild, who dropped back to play defense. Forward. Philbrick shot. Save. Into the corner. 1 minute exactly left on the penalty to Bedford. Into the other corner now. It's Koskren. To Alex Forward at the point. To Philbrick. Hochschild, the face-off circle. 45 seconds to go. Down low, Drew, centering pass, score! Beautiful play there. Alex Forward with the feed from Zach Drew makes it 4-0 Concord. Another power play goal for the Tide.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that was a great look from the backside there. Zach Drew poked it across as Forward came in from the point and had a lot of net to finish the play.
So with 5:03 left to go, Bedford finds themselves in a 4-0 hole, and that's a long way to get out here.
Yeah, Forward's second goal there, Drew's second assist. And as you mentioned, 4-0 is a big hole to dig out of.
Scoring has been an issue this week. Only 1 goal in 2 games. And one right before that, they got shut out against Exeter. That was a tie anyway. But except for the Bow game where they put 7 in, they've scored 1 goal in 3 games. Off the face-off, it's backhanded into the Concord end. Played behind the net. Comes out in front. Here's an opportunity for Kerr. Can't quite hit it. Goes into the corner. Kerr fighting forward with Joe Alla. Tries to get it to Doherty. Gets hit there. Held in by Bedford. There's a wrister by Owen Roberto. It's gloved by Parker. Riding that shutout. I know he's not supposed to bring that up. Never mention the shutout while it's happening, but...
you can for the opposing goalie.
Yeah, we can talk about all white. Shutout, shutout, shutout. Parker's been sharp, though.
Played
he really
a very
has.
nice game back there between the pipes.
So Nyland on the face-off. The puck goes behind the net. Will Scott there, up against Doherty. Leaves it for Tarbill, who swings it over to Philbrick. The breakout pass now to Drew. Broken up there by Scott. Good back check.
Yeah, good hustle by Scott. Got back into the play.
Cross ice pass to Nyland. He fires a shot wide. It goes all the way to the point to Moores. Tries to get it to Scott. Too far for him. Goes into the corner. Philbrick comes up with it. Collision there. Now cleared out by Concord in a race for the puck. Brian Greer's going to get to it first. He's being checked by trying to get that number by number 9 by Hochschild. Now Scott at the blue line fires it into the Concord end. Fennelly plays it, but it gets away from him. Moore's shot is blocked by Fennelly. Greer's shot from the point, swallowed up by Parker. Another save for the Concord goaltender with 3:35 left to play in regulation.
Again, another easy shot for Parker to gobble up there.
Yeah, I mean, it was going right for him, and he saw it the whole way, so it wasn't a very taxing save.
No, he has had a couple of good ones, but that one was rather routine.
Concord breaks out of the zone. Hochschild, he loses it at the blue line. Now here comes Wasilak the other way. Leaves it for Kerr. Kerr being checked by Hochschild. Now Concord with possession. They clear the zone. Koskinen with it along the wall, drifting down behind the Bedford net. Koskinen still with it. Gets it up to Fennelly. Fennelly sends it back down to Koskinen behind the net, looking for a lane. It's shot by Hochschild, saved by Guimont. Beautiful centering pass there. Backhanded out of the zone. It's caught by Kerr. Pulls it down, plays it now. Long shot by Kerr, gloved by Parker for another save. 2:53 left here. And again, you know, none of they haven't had any close-in shots. Everything's been coming in from far away. And, you know, a shot from the point that, especially a wrister, it's not moving that fast. No trouble at all for Parker to glove that.
Right, you mentioned they're coming from the point or just above the face-off circles. Nothing in tight.
Long lead pass there for Craig. Broken up at the last minute, but they come up with it again. Now turned over. Owen Roberto tries to get it up to Kerr. Good pass there in the face-off circle. Centering pass hits a skate. It hit Nelson into the corner. Now here comes Scott with a sharp angle shot that hits Parker in the shoulder. Giroux with it. Sends it behind the net. Philbrick plays it. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in regulation. Held in there. Burke, his shot, saved by Parker. Another shot on goal there. Going behind the net now, Nelson has it. Good forecheck here by Bedford. They're holding the puck in, and now it finally leaves the zone. Doherty clears it in. Flips it behind the Bedford goal. Nyland goes back for it. Under 2 minutes to go. Nyland tries to beat his man, but he can't. Here's Alex Ford. Actually, O'Brien with the puck. He centers it. Misses everybody. Cleared out. Too far. Played in this neutral zone by Norton. Back over to O'Brien. Here's Drew. Sharp angle shot. Loose puck in the crease. And O'Brien tried to get it something on. I think it hit Guimont. Now the other way comes Owen Roberto. His centering pass hits the leg. McGonigal tries to clear it out and finally does. 1:11 to go in regulation. 4-0 Concord. Arhadvadia off the board. To Wasilak. He takes a shot in close. But Parker had the angle. Makes the save and preserves the shutout so far. Exactly 1 minute to go in the third period and in regulation. Concord with the lead, 4-0.
Nice use of Wasilak's speed on the right wing. Got in, got a good shot on Parker, but...
And there's a long shot that is swallowed up by Parker. Another shot on goal and another whistle.
Again, that one coming outside of the blue line. So plenty of time for Parker to track it on his way in, hit him in the chest, and cover up.
Now the face-off with Nyland is picked up by number 12, Koskinen. He gets the puck back, but he would have put himself offside. The puck was behind him. Now here comes Burke the other way into the Concord end. Takes a shot from the face-off circle, blockered away by Parker. Still behind the net. Philbrick's got it, 30 seconds to play. Koskinen passes it up to Noah Drew. He loses the puck. In the neutral zone, Philbrick tries to come up with it. Now Brian Greer, pass across to Scott. He takes a hit. 10 seconds. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. Bulldogs blanked by Taylor Parker, and the Concord Crimson Tide 4-0.
Yeah, congratulations to Taylor Parker there. Nice shutout for him. Looks like that was his
second shutout.
Second shutout of the season.
Only 3 goals given up in the regular season here by the Concord Tide. So just a solid defense, and they showed it again here.